Welcome to Arirang News. This is Cha Yong-kyung, and we start with our top headlines at this hour. China's ambassador to South Korea, Shin Haiming, said that China has not turned a blind eye to North Korea's recent provocations. Speaking at a forum in Seoul on Wednesday, Ambassador Shin said Beijing is making great efforts to denuclearize the Korean peninsula and to promote peace and stability in the region. He had been asked to clarify China's stance on what is widely believed to be an imminent North Korean nuclear test. Ambassador Shin said China will do its best to help resolve the problem through dialogue. Amid escalating tensions on the Korean peninsula, South Korea's military held a large-scale amphibious landing drill with thousands of troops from the country's Marine Corps and Navy taking part. The troops practiced a technique called a holocaust, where special forces troops jump directly from a helicopter into the water. This year's training included other branches of the military, such as the Army Aviation Operations Command, the Air Force Operations Command, and the Cyber Operations Command. The landing drill is held every year, but it's the first time in 4 years that it's been open to the media. The military released video footage and a press release after the recent series of provocations from the north. Moving on, President Yoon Suk-yeol met in Seoul with his Nigerian counterpart. Muhammadu Buhari is visiting the nation for the 2022 World Bio Summit. The South Korean leader hoped for greater cooperation, particularly on economy and culture, highlighting more than 4 decades of friendship. In 2010, Seoul established a Korean Culture Center in Nigeria, the first one to be set up in Africa. Yoon also sent his condolences to the victims and their families of recent flooding in Nigeria. It's the first time in a decade a Nigerian president traveled to South Korea. Switching gears, South Korea will offer bivalent COVID-19 vaccinations for everyone over 18 this winter. Health authorities announced the plans on Wednesday. Beginning next month, 2 Pfizer vaccines will be administered, one that targets the BA.1 Omicron variant and one that targets BA.4 and BA.5. This is in addition to the currently used Moderna shot that targets the BA.1 variant. Previously, the additional jabs were only recommended to high-risk groups such as over 60s and those in nursing homes. But from Thursday, all adults who completed their primary series of vaccinations or caught COVID-19 at least 4 months ago can reserve their boosters. Lastly, South Korea's Ministry of Justice announced on Wednesday that it's going to lower the age at which lawbreakers can be subject to criminal punishment by 1 year to 13. Currently, offenders aged 10 to 14 are subject to what are called protective dispositions, meaning they are referred to social services or youth correction institutions. Younger than that, cases are a civil matter. But the change will mean juvenile offenders as young as 13 could face fines and/or prison sentences, which they would serve in facilities separated from adults. There's been an increase in crimes committed by young people in recent years, and the crimes have been more severe. Moving to weather forecast. Tomorrow, the nation will see typical autumn weather with warm and daytime conditions. For Seoul, daily highs will be similar to today at 18 degrees Celsius. But keep in mind that warmer daytime conditions will create bigger contrasts in daily temperatures. For places like Gapyeong in Gyeonggi-do Province, wide temperature gaps of nearly 13 degrees are expected. Cold easterly winds will bring some beneficial showers along the east coastline. For eastern Gangwon-do Province, 10 to 40 millimeters of rainfall are in the forecast. For the rest of the nation, the air will continue to stay dry, so please be careful with fires. Morning lows in Seoul and Daejeon will start off at 8 degrees Celsius. As for the daily highs, Seoul will reach 18 degrees. There will be partly cloudy skies with wide temperature gaps for the remainder of the week. The current temperatures are 14 degrees in Seoul, 15 degrees in Daegu, and 16 degrees on Jeju-do Island. You're listening to Arirang Radio.